What's happening out there? What's happening out there in terms of this vessel on the outside? What's happening out there with the gathering of new and additional information? What is really
I
happening
feel as if
on the
I
outside?
know it's been really quiet, for the last couple of days. We haven't heard anything. We haven't been, there's no updates. So it really is a justifiable question. So what is happening? We want to know what is happening. We need some updates. We need to know what is taking place. Yes, we know that the cleanup work has been going on, but there are other things that we need to find out as well. We really want to know where the vessel is, what is happening, who is the owner. There's so many things that we need answers on where this vessel is concerned. So I'm really hoping that something will come to light.
And I'm going to put the call a little further. I want to hear at the national level, because I feel as though we get a lot of updates. We get a sense from Tobago in terms of where things are at based on the resources that are readily available. But we want to know more. We want to know more, and we want to know at the national level using the national apparatus. I dare say, being in Trinidad and South at that function, and every other person that I probably engaged and interacted with has asked, what's going on in Tobago with the oil spill? What's happening with the level of support that should come, to give Tobago that kind of support, So we're looking forward to really getting some more details. We are thankful for all that we've been receiving thus far, but we trust that all efforts are being put into this in terms of the national resources and beyond that are available in the circumstances. So we look forward to the continued updates and information coming in, not only from the level here of the Tobago House of Assembly, but certainly at the national level as well. All right, viewers, at this point, we're heading on into our birthday shoutouts here on Tobago Updates.
And on screen and celebrating a birthday today is Aisha Primus. Aisha Primus is celebrating a birthday today, and we do want to wish you a very happy birthday on this Monday morning, and we pray that God continues to bless you and that you do enjoy every moment of your birthday. Happy birthday, Aisha. And next, it is Franca Cordner. Franca Cordner is also celebrating a birthday today. And we do pray that God continues to bless you and guide your steps as you walk into this next chapter of your life. We do hope that you have an enjoyable birthday and God's blessings upon your life.
Birthday shout-outs going out to you, Franca Cordner. All right, we have on screen, it's Jody Alexis, and we want to wish you a happy birthday and indeed continued blessings going out to Jody Alexis. Yes, very near and dear here, family connection. Uncle Trevor Simon out there. Most of you may probably know and engage with him in his professional capacity, mental health, and a number of other areas as he continues to make his significant contribution here in Tobago and in fact beyond. But this birthday greeting is coming out from the entire Simon family, wishing you a happy birthday. Uncle Trevor, we trust that you continue to enjoy the celebrations, and we know that Auntie Marilyn and the entire family will ensure that this birthday is well spent. Right, and I also want to do a shout out there. There should be a photo coming up on screen this morning. That's a group I had the opportunity to interact with over the course of this weekend, and really and truly shout outs going out. This is actually the unit manager is Quincy Turner, and responsible for the unit there, and I want to shout out the entire team, and that's out of the Dexter George's branch, Guardian Group. I had the opportunity over this weekend to interact with this team right here in Tobago, and in fact, this group, lovely bunch of young persons, Quincy, the manager, Nadia, Safia, Alicia, Justin, my very good friend Justin, and the entire team, Atiba, all of you out there, came to Tobago to spend time as part of their retreat and work plan in terms of re-energizing the team. I had an opportunity to do a session with them, to really engage and so on. And I want to say congratulations to this team, obviously for choosing Tobago, and more than that, continuing to make your significant contribution here. All the best to each and every one of you. Thank you so much once again. Adana, who do we have on the rundown this morning?
All right. We'll be having conversations with Walter Stewart. Mr. Walter Stewart, he's the president of the NPTA, but that is the National Parent Teachers Association. And of course, we're still talking about violence in our schools. So we're going to have that conversation on the way with him this morning. We also speak with Kathleen Sterling, and she is the acting inspector of Trinidad and Tobago Police Services. Of course, our usual weekly crime update from the TTPS, and also TTPS on stolen vehicles, a new topic we're going to introduce this this morning as well. And then we round our conversation speaking with Christopher Nathan. You might know that name. He's the CEO of Cocoa Velvet International, Director Making Style Program. And we're talking about the Miss Tobago 2024 finals that's happening this Sunday. So that's what our conversation will look like for you here on the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. And we always, of course, say thank you for choosing us. Thank you for making us number one. Thank you for the love, the comments, and all the encouragement that you send our way. So we want to appreciate you so much. And of course, we have to go for a short break before we start our conversations. And of course, before we go for the break and before we say good morning to everybody on the live, on our Facebook Live who are viewing us on Amplier 102, and those of you viewing us on YouTube, wherever you are in the world, Trinidad, Tobago, the United States, Canada, Africa, Asia, wherever you are, Australia, we want to say good morning to you, and thank you so much. We are going to go for a short break before we start conversations. And of course, before we go, we invite you to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be back.
Bye-bye. See.
Inner Health, number 13B, Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago, with over 25 years experience, offering services in and not limited to microscopic blood analysis, reflexology, and the sale of a wide range of organic herbal products used to supplement thyroid, lymphatic, heart, kidney, and brain health, and the male and female reproductive systems. Come and chat with us. Remember, your health is your wealth.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can't beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
Yo everyone, it's your boy Harry here from Authentic Builders General Hardware, located right here in Stobie, Local Road, Tobago. That's correct, right here in Tobago. And we are offering you guys the best prices on all hardware material. And if you would like to get your free quotation done, all you have to do is WhatsApp us at 272-1990 and we will give you guys the best prices on all hardware material. That is a guarantee as we are matching or beating any quotations.
Now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, viewers. We're just at about 7:22 a.m. and welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show, coming to you here live from the Port Mall in Scarborough, Tobago. I'm Julian Skeet, and as we continue this morning, we want to pause to shout out, continued excellence as we would like to recognize it here, right here in Tobago, and in fact, flying us far and beyond, flying that Tobago and Trinidad and Tobago flag high. Shout outs this morning going out to none other than the lady herself, Anisha Samala Trim. We want to say shout outs going out to you, and this is courtesy the social media post on Scarborough Secondary School Alumni's page. Today, the Scarborough Secondary School alumni joins together in a series of congratulatory applause, as we are indeed proud to present Miss Anisha Samala Trim. Her journey started as a customer service agent at the counter, then as a flight attendant. A seemingly Herculean feat was conquered as she earned her wings today, securing the handle as a pilot first officer. Indeed, growing where you are planted. So we too here at Tobago Updates want to join in sending our congratulations out. Indeed, an excellent achievement, and continuing to give that clear signal. We got to just work at what we set out our minds to achieve, and we can definitely enjoy the benefits of it down the road.
And I also want to say congratulations to the support system, because, you know, no man is an island and you always need that support. And I want to congratulate that support system for standing in there. And because I know there would have been challenges, I know there would have been times when sometimes we feel to give up, you know, sometimes things overwhelm us. So I want to say congratulations to all those who stood by during that period when she tried to attain this, to give her that level of support. And I want to encourage us to continue supporting each other so that all of us, we all have a shine within us. Let us support each other. Let us congratulate each other when we make it, and let us continue to be that kind of community that we are here in Tobago, because we all have some kind of treasure on the inside of us, and all we need is a little support and a little push. So I want to say congratulations to the community who stood by her, and of course, not to take her shine away, congratulations so much to you, young lady, for doing that which you put your mind to in spite of the challenges, and for really taking, you know, what we say, the bull by the horn, and just really pressing in there to achieve your goals. Congratulations to all. Congratulations. Tobago is so very proud.
And at this point, we're preparing, and I think we should have him online with us this morning, President of the NPTA, Mr. Walter Stewart, joining us this morning as we speak to the NPTA on violence in schools. Good morning to you, Mr. Walter Stewart.
Adana and Julian, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you indeed, and welcome. Well, as we start the conversation this morning, it's Monday morning, and certainly one of the areas that continues to have us a bit uneasy, a bit uncomfortable, and some major concerns is what appears to be that rising violence within our schools. So we want to start from that perspective, the clear position of the NPTA.
Thank you very much. And again, good morning to you and your viewership. Let me start by probably referring to what was discussed last Tuesday at a breakfast meeting, EduTalk, by the Minister of Education, where she met with stakeholders and Corporate Trinidad and Tobago. And she made the point that violence seems to be a culture in Trinidad and Tobago. And those who are not in the culture are attracted by the culture. And as such, whilst this violence seems to be revered, we now as stakeholders need to intervene and step in order to avert and mitigate this violence. If not, the nation of Trinidad and Tobago would be in a sorry state of affairs. And that probably is the nexus of what school violence is now bringing to us. So much so that crime is everybody's business. School violence now seems to be everybody's business. NPTA stance, of course, is that there is a zero tolerance to violence in our schools. And as such, with this zero tolerance of violence in schools, we really want to advocate that all our students abide by the school rules and seek to conduct themselves in such a way that the violence is now mitigated. I want to quote Julian, or probably perhaps biblical, when I say that the wages of sin is death, as for the Bible. The penalty as well for school violence is expulsion. As well, we can use that as a corollary when we are considering violence in our schools. So that one of the factors that we want our parents to inculcate in the minds of our children is that there are consequences for indiscipline, there are consequences for school violence, and there are consequences when you go awry to the school rules and regulations.
So, given you just touched on a key point there, and I want to get from you, as the NPTA, National Parent Teachers Association, what is your take in terms of holding parents directly accountable? And I mean to say, we've had these discussions last week, looking at a number of professionals also in the mix. And by that, I simply mean, when your child is involved in school violence within the school environment, we are not only prepared to deal with your child in the environment and to deal with you, but if needs be, we're prepared to send the police to your house to remind you that you have a responsibility as well in the community. What are your thoughts on that? A very serious approach and putting said parents in the spotlight so that for those who are not necessarily taking on the responsibility as they should, and allowing sometimes the child to go astray, without a shadow of a doubt, just as when you do good, the parents is in the news and they are highlighted and they're in the spotlight and everybody's congratulating them for the support. When you do bad, we're pulling you up as well so as to ensure you recognize you have to be part of the solution. What are the thoughts of the NPTA on that?
Well, you would have heard about the Michigan incident, and of course, where the father is now facing criminal offense as a result of his son's handling of a gun. Just in our backyard here in Antigua, we also have legislation being taken to Parliament where they want to hold parents accountable as well. While we have not discussed this at the NPTA level, let me share probably my personal view on the issue. Parents are considered the first teachers or the first school for our children. And as such, again, let me wax biblical. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he would not depart from it. I think that parents should be held fully responsible for the indiscipline of their children when and if the investigations can prove that the child is guilty of an offense. And as a matter of fact, some schools have thought that even that school violence should be considered a criminal offense. When and if these students have gone afoul of what is the required norm, we should hold the parents as well fully accountable for the indiscipline, for the school violence that their children, their charges have been involved in.
Mr. Stewart, when you started, you mentioned that there is a culture. The violence in school is a culture and that some people are attracted to the culture. And we're talking about the repercussions for violence in school being expulsion. Some people might see this expulsion as a badge of honor in this culture. What is the NPTA's position on this in terms of how do we intercede and intercept? We're talking about, of course, holding the parents accountable, teaching the children about good behavior and all these types of things. But the person who is attracted to the culture, who wants this badge of honor, who wants to be expelled so they can go on the block and talk about it, yeah, they expel me from school because I'm a bad boy, I'm a bad girl. What are we putting in place to prevent this from happening or to meet this person and to turn them from this type of behavior to be integrated into the school system in the way that is acceptable by the NPTA and the Ministry of Education and the parents and the students and all the stakeholders who are involved?
That intervention should commence at the primary school level. In other words, you are trying to be very proactive rather than reactive, so that the value systems and the inculcations that you are imbibing into the mind and the psyche of the child should commence even at the first year level. If we inform our students as to the consequences or to deviate from or to not get involved in school violence or indiscipline, even from the primary school level, there might be some improvement in the outlook of the child from that early age. So we are saying let there be early interventions. Early interventions as well could also include, because we know that there's a student support service in the Ministry of Education, of course, and by extension, the Division of Education, Research and Technology. There might be sometimes, Adana and Julian, looking at the intervention of a psychologist, because granted, some of our students, some of our children are facing trauma, and sometimes such trauma cannot be effectively handled and dealt with by the student support system that we have in place. So there might be time now to consider at the ministry level, at the Division of Education level, the intervention and the involvement of a psychologist in order to get into the minds and the thinking of these children in order to ascertain what are some of the problems that these children and the challenges that these children are facing even at the primary level. That's one suggestion.
From where you sit with the NPTA, who is legitimately engaged to intervene when the circumstances get challenging in a school environment? And I ask the question from the perspective that we've heard the views stating that the security officers attached to the schools are there to protect the physical plant. The teachers are not trained for that particular purpose. Who intervenes as best as is possible to bring things under some level of control? And have we come to a point where perhaps even our security officers should be so engaged to assist, if required in the circumstances, trained in such a manner?
That is one viewpoint as well. I was on a particular interview quite recently, and the interviewer was asking about the presence of police in our schools. And whilst the jury is still out on that, there might be, especially in the hotspot schools that we know are involved in high deviant behavior, there might be need to have the presence of the police in some form or fashion very close by, because I hear you with regards to the security officers and of course their particular portfolio not getting involved in that kind of activity because of their own safety. There might be the time might be right, yes indeed, where we can now employ security officers who are so trained to be able to deal with and handle students when they're involved in deviant behavior. But certainly it doesn't negate the fact that we should also consider looking at the presence of police officers in the environs of the school in order to deter, to some extent, students even thinking about getting involved in that kind of behavior.
Mr. Seals, I want to go back to this term culture, the culture of violence. Yeah. And some of the things we're talking about are put in place for should something happen or when something happens. The police is going to be there. This one is going to be there. After it has happened, the child will be expelled from school. But the act of violence, it stems from somewhere. And this is something that we have to pay attention to as well. We have to ensure that some sort of collaborative effort is taking place from as early as in the home. We spoke about holding the parents accountable. We have to do something that is called changing the culture. We have to change the culture generally in our societies, in our homes and in our communities. So is the NPTA having any conversations with corporate societies, with community organizations, with any type of organizations that could intervene, go into homes, provide programs and initiatives that could intercept? Because some of these children are living in challenged situations. They're living in environments that is not amenable to what we would call good standards for schooling or, social integration. Is anything being put in place at the community level, at the home level, to assess possibly if it is possible, and also to provide some measure of relief? Because some of these children, it stems from in the home, from in the communities where they hang out in the evening, where they hang out at night. Sometimes their parents inside in their bed and they're still outside hanging out. I remember as a child growing up, by 6:30, 7 p.m., I had to be indoors once I did not have after-school lessons. So what is being put in place? Are we having conversations with persons who are supposed to be stakeholders to help us to curb this level of violence before it even enters the schoolyard?
Sure. Thank you very much for that question. And one of the goals and objectives of this President and PTA executive is to conduct what we consider to be town hall meetings on parenting throughout the length and breadth of Trinidad and Tobago. Because granted, when I became a father 30 odd years ago, nobody taught me how to be a father. And of course, similarly, many of the parents who are even looking at this interview this morning, so that there needs to be a parenting program, even taken to the prenatal stage of our mothers and of course our fathers when they go to the health centers, for example, the clinics, prenatal, and of course being able to introduce and of course expose them to the best practice, some of the tried and tested methods and mechanisms of parenting. So yes, a national parenting program is one of the initiatives that this new executive is launching into and taken for the length and breadth of Trinidad and Tobago in order to apprise our parents or would-be parents how to be a better father, how to be a better mother, how to be a better parent.
All right. Thank you very much indeed. And I want to get very quickly from you, Mr. Walter Stewart, a comment coming in as it relates to staffing and what may be certain gaps. Is the NPTA having the necessary conversations to emphasize the need sufficient psychologists in the system and the other professionals that will provide the requisite support?
Yes, certainly. We had a meeting recently with the Minister of Education, and of course, these meetings are going to be ongoing. And certainly, those are some of the issues that we intend to take up with her and, of course, the technocrats on an ongoing basis. Because I make the point again, school violence is everybody's business, and as such, whatever mechanisms can be put in place to mitigate or to reduce the level of violence in our schools, the NPTA is going to go full length in order to ensure that such mechanisms are not only discussed, but of course implemented. Because sometimes you think we are just talking and it's just talking all the time and it becomes rhetoric after a while. But of course, it is about time that we begin to put some action behind the talk and to ensure that such action is definitely going to be a resolution, a solution to what is presently taking place in our schools.
Thank you very much there. Walter Stewart, President of the National Parent Teachers Association, for joining us here on the Tobago Updates morning show. Folks, a very important and critical conversation and, very good things mentioned, but certainly remember, we are all stakeholders in this thrust to ensure that our students succeed as we look forward to building a better Trinidad and Tobago. Remember, you've got to play your part, and most certainly kudos and commendations going out to the NPTA for making its contribution and continuing to play that pivotal role. Viewers, we want to thank you so much for the continued love and support and for choosing the Tobago Updates morning show. At this point, we're prepared to head on out to a break, and we want to remind you that this is your opportunity to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Your destiny. The best way to predict it is to create it. Do you see yourself exploring exotic destinations or spending quality time with family? However you see yourself, create your own retirement destiny with Tata Life's Destiny Personal Savings Booster. Choose from one of 3 investment options with guaranteed minimum investment returns to secure a monthly retirement income for life, with the option to choose your retirement age. So what's your retirement destiny? Call 62TATL or visit tatil.co.tt to learn more today. Conditions apply. Tata Life, a member of the Ansa Makal Group.
Hello everyone, it's your boy Harry here from Authentic Car Clinic, located right here in Tobago at Tobago Local Road. You can WhatsApp us or call us at 366-4173.
Hey, hello guys, welcome. Come have a seat. Oh, this is so stylish and I love the fabric. Darlings, you must tell us where you got your new furnishings.
We got them locally at Standard. They've got new chic European furniture, crafted from high quality material.
Oh, Standard?
No, it's Standard, their brand new Hive collection.
Experience luxurious European furniture at a price you will love. The Hive Collection. Now exclusively available at Standard.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice car get damaged bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. Don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry. If your house get flooded out real bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you. Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, viewers. We just at about 7:43 a.m. and welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show, coming to you here live from the Port Mall in Scarborough, Tobago. As we continue in this segment, we are happy to welcome on set with us Acting Inspector Kathleen Sterling of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Good morning to you and welcome.
Hi, good morning, Julian, and welcome to you this morning and also the listening viewers this morning.
All right. As we get the conversation started, we had to start with the hard things. Immediately, we had a situation where there again another incident that took place here in Tobago last week. Tell us the update as it relates to that incident.
Well, Julian, that will be the report of wounding at Lowlands, Tobago. Presently, the Shervan police station have several leads and they are following those with activity. We should have a positive result soon. But as we've seen violent crimes increases in Tobago, specifically with firearms. And, we are asking persons who know persons have firearms to communicate with the police. Even though you want to do it anonymously, you could call 800 tips. There's some police officer you may know that you could give that information. We really need that help because we cannot do it alone. We need each and every input, and you all are our stakeholders, so we are depending on that level of help to solve these violent crimes that we are seeing perpetrating in the Tobago space.
All right. And we're also at the point where, unfortunately, we are just in the month of February and we are already, I think it is 3 or 4 murders in for the year. Any updates or progress in that regard for our viewers and listeners?
Well, Julian, what I know that the homicide department in Tobago are actively pursuing leads, and I cannot say for sure when that will happen, but we know we have active leads and we are pursuing. So hopefully with that, we will have some solution in the near future with those investigations.
All right. We're really looking forward to hearing about that, the constant reminder, and to clearly send that signal out there that this is a fight against those who are trying to disrupt the peaceful living that we are accustomed to here on this island in Tobago. Now, as we go forward, one of the other areas we want to look at this morning is the topic of the TTPS on stolen vehicles. And for us here, in Tobago, in Trinidad and Tobago, etc., you have a situation and sometimes a vehicle gets stolen, and we see now people are attempting to utilize social media and other means, and you see a mass message going out far and wide. This vehicle has just been stolen. If you see it on the roadway, etc. I want to get from the perspective of the TTPS, how do you treat with those kinds of reports in an active and urgent manner so as to seek to resolve the situation when it comes to stolen vehicles?
So, Julian, firstly, I must say Tobago, we have a low percentage of stolen vehicles in Tobago. So, in terms of us pursuing and dealing with stolen vehicles, as you said, we would broadcast. Report has been made, we broadcast the vehicle number, where the vehicle was stolen from, and if persons, firstly, we do it over our medium, which is our Tobago OC. That's where we send out the information via all police vehicles on that are traversing the roadway. Secondly, well, mostly personnel, individuals will put it on the social media, which is accepted because we accept all help that is available, and social media is one of the medium that we use to send out that broadcast on about stolen vehicles. Most stolen vehicles we have in Tobago, mostly we have the rentals, and these rental owners renting their vehicles to persons coming from Trinidad. What we asking these rental owners to do is to make sure and take the necessary information, driver's permit information. If you photocopy a person's driver's permit, you could communicate with the TTPS to ensure that this person is saying that, well, here I'm from Central Trinidad, and that is the correct information, because we have persons with driver's permit with address, you live in Tobago and your address is in Trinidad, but yet you have a Tobago address. So when you call the TTPS, we could give you that information. Well, here, this person is really from Tobago and not Trinidad, and they're from Central and not Port of Spain. So, it helps you in knowing where your vehicle is or where your vehicle would be. And we have the problem of renting vehicles in Tobago and it end up in Trinidad. So what we asking persons is to ensure that, we have traffic tracking device within our vehicle.
That was my next question. Do you suggest strongly that persons install those devices?
Yes, strongly. So at every time you know where a vehicle is. So, you rent a vehicle for Tobago. Next thing you're looking at your tracking device and you're seeing it on the port. You shut down that vehicle immediately because it is heading to Trinidad. Yes. So we asking people to invest in your investment, because you cannot spend hundreds of thousands for a vehicle and then you want to put no security on that vehicle. So we're asking people to use the medium that is available to secure your vehicle, to ensure that your vehicle remain in Tobago and even in Trinidad, because we traverse from here to Trinidad and we go places and sometimes our vehicle is stolen, but we could track our vehicles because we have that system within the vehicle.
Excellent. I want to ask you very quickly before we wrap on this interview, any specifics people need to have? So my vehicle gets stolen now and I call the TTPS. What's the immediate information I need to provide to the TTPS beyond the vehicle plate, the car number?
Well, the color, the make of the vehicle, was the last where the vehicle was stolen from. If you have a conflict with anyone with a vehicle, because sometimes it's just conflict and someone take your vehicle and you don't know. If your vehicle was locked, if you could find the keys for the vehicles, because we would want to know if the person used other mechanism to move your vehicle other than using a key. All right? Those are the information that we will ask. And we'll ask you to call around to make sure that, because we have a lot of people. Sometimes we say we have a stolen vehicle and it's not really a stolen vehicle. Somebody used your vehicle for other reasons. So somebody, villagers, maybe a young guy, want to go to a party and he see your vehicle because you didn't lock it properly or you left the keys inside the vehicle, and you use the opportunity to use the vehicle to go and have a lime and bring back your vehicle, or leave it where you can get it. So sometimes it's not a stolen vehicle, but using a vehicle without the owner's consent. Yeah? But in terms of stolen vehicles, which is very rare in Tobago, but we still have to take precautions to ensure that our vehicle remains with us, and we could access it at all times.
All right. Thank you very much there again, folks. Acting Inspector Kathleen Sterling of the TTPS joining us here on set this morning. And most certainly that gentle reminder to us out there, folks, we got to take on that responsibility. I just see that ad running in my head now about the chances we take in Tobago. And it's interesting, when I drive in Tobago, I may leave my vehicle and may not be worried as much in Trinidad. Before I take a step off from the door, I'm making sure to lock it immediately. So let us have the same practice right here in terms of our very own responsibility. Don't take it for granted at all. Let us make sure that we take on the very first responsibility. And should you be the victim of crime, your vehicle has gone out, when you contact the TTPS, make sure immediately you have the vehicle number, the make of the vehicle, and relevant details to provide when making that report. Most certainly, and you are also encouraged. Very good advice. Get the tracker if you need to, especially for those who are involved in business. Very good advice this morning coming out from Acting Inspector. And certainly, viewers, we continue to connect with each and every one of you. We look forward to our upcoming interview as we speak to Christopher Nathan. And he's the CEO of Cocoa Velvet International, a director making style program. We look forward to those upcoming discussions, and we speak the Miss Tobago 2024 finals that takes place this Sunday. So certainly, viewers, we want to thank you so much for your continued love and support, and to remind you that this is your opportunity to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supply specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
JK Tech, we bring technology to your doorstep. From cutting-edge laptops to reliable printers, we've got it all. Nationwide delivery and a new website for easy online ordering. JK Tech is your one-stop shop for your electronics and computer needs. Carrying top brands such as Acer, Samsung, HP, and much more. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at JKTechTT or visit jktechtt.com. Quality tech is just a click away. JK Tech. Evaluate your shopping experience, your tech, your way. Call or WhatsApp 383-2651. Shop smart, shop JK Tech.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. I am Adana Kambi, and we continue conversations this morning in studio. This morning we're speaking with none other than Christopher Nathan. And yes, he is the CEO of Cocoa Velvet International, Director, Making Style Program. And we are talking about Miss Tobago 2024 finals that is taking place this Sunday, and some exciting things are ahead. You'd want to have your ears peeled to this conversation to hear what to look forward to on Sunday at the finals of this event. You know, we had the prelims, we had all the activities leading up to this grand finale, and we're really looking forward to it. And we want to say welcome to you this morning, and we're really interested to hear what we're going to be looking forward to on the event on Sunday. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, thank you, and good morning, Tobago. It's good to be back after the carnival rush. This Sunday is an event that you must not miss. I think it's going to be one of the most glamorous events to be taking place at the Shore Park complex. We're going to transform the Shore Park into an oasis of beauty, garment scenery, where we will be seeing not just beauty, but also top fashion. What we plan to do is to have a pre-show of a fashion, art, and design exhibition in the lobby from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. so that patrons can come early and browse the exhibits and buy jewelry, buy accessories, buy clothing from the various Tobago
I like
design.
the buy. I like the buy part.
Yes,
you know,
indeed.
women, we like to shop, so yes.
Indeed. So this is an opportunity to support Tobagonian designers who will be exhibiting in the pre-show. It's also an opportunity for people to be on time for the show.
That's right.
Yes.
Good strategy there. Good strategy there. I see that.
Yes, because we want to start on time at 7 p.m. Even though we have been advertising the show to start at 8 p.m., that's the Miss Tobago pageant. From 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., we're going to have the graduation ceremony for the Tobago Youth Creative Arts Workshop. As you know, we have had 130 secondary school students from Tobago in a workshop for 4 months, from September until January, who have been training for careers in the creative industries. And I'm happy to announce that a few of the participants of the workshop have been offered jobs by Trinidadian designers already. And a few of them are also going to enroll at the Caribbean Academy of Fashion and Design at UTT and the YTEP Fashion Design course to continue studying for a degree in fashion and a diploma in fashion. So I'm excited that the workshop is bearing fruit. So this graduation is going to be at 7 p.m., 7 to 8 p.m., and at 8 p.m. we jump right into Showtime, Miss Tobago Beauty Pageant.
One thing I like about this pageant, it's not just a pageant,
No.
It's not just pageantry.
Yeah.
It actually provides a platform for learning as well.
Absolutely.
And developing skills and even unearthing skills that we probably might not have known that we had and
Indeed.
exploring opportunities. So I want to say congratulations and kudos
Thank
for
you.
taking that initiative and for all the stakeholders who came on board with you to make this a reality. 130 students, 130 lives impacted by this project, by this program, and of course some of them moving on to actually acquiring jobs. So congratulations and thank you so very much for making this contribution to Tobago and our students in our schools as well. There are so many things to look forward to at this event on Sunday. I know that there's a designer challenge.
Yes, indeed. But before that, I want to give credit to Zorisha Hackett, Assemblywoman Zorisha Hackett, who really started the ball rolling. Because when we came here, when we moved to Cocoa Beverage business to Tobago, I approached her in June, I think, last year to ask permission to go to the secondary schools to recruit participants for the workshop. And she jumped right in and gave approval for us to approach the principals of the school. Ms. Hackett is actually a judge for Miss Tobago Beauty Pageant. So we're going to jump right into the pageant. I want to thank as well the Tobago House of Assembly Division of Community Development, Youth Development and Sport for sponsoring the workshop, and the Office of the Prime Minister Sport and Culture Fund. So we have a celebrity panel of judges coming to Tobago for Miss Tobago Beauty Pageant, and they are headed by Gisela Rond West, Miss World 1986, Charul Lochandas. Yes, and Giselle has been responsible for training the delegates. She's been coming to Tobago twice, 3 times a month since September to train the delegates, and we're very excited about that. Charul Lochandas is the pageant director for Miss World Trinidad and Tobago, and the winner of Miss Tobago will be representing Tobago at Miss World Trinidad and Tobago pageant in 2024. We have Richard Young, fashion impresario, Rana Ibrahim, fitness expert, Maria Jordan, who is Miss World Trinidad and Tobago 1971. Wow. She is coming to sit on the panel, and Zorisha Hackett, of course. Then we have a separate panel for top model Trinidad and Tobago, and one of the lucky Tobagonian models, aspiring models, will have the opportunity to win an international modeling contract with Elsa Exclusive Look. This contract will allow her to work in London, New York, Paris, and Milan as a top fashion model. So there's very wonderful opportunity for Tobagonians because this is the first time we are hosting Top Model Trinidad and Tobago in Tobago. So Mr. John Bilboa, who will be offering the contract, he's our chief judge. Wendy Fitzwilliam will be coming to judge Top Model Trinidad and Tobago. And I'm not sure people in Tobago know that Wendy was the producer of Caribbean Next Top Model.
Yes, I remember that.
Right.
Yes.
And having
Exciting
won,
times.
Yes, indeed, and having won the Miss Universe pageant, she brought a lot of prestige to Cocoa Valley because she was our principal model when we started the company in 1997. So Wendy has always been supportive of Cocoa Velvet's projects, and we are very excited to welcome her here on Friday for Top Model Trinidad and Tobago. Also sitting on the panel will be our international model, Crystal Noriega, who has worked with some of the top brands, Louis Vuitton, Dolce & Gabbana, Calvin Klein, L'Oreal Paris, Tom Ford, Ungaro, and Crystal won our contest in 2010, and she's still modeling from her bases in New York, London, Paris, Milan, Copenhagen, and Hamburg. So this young lady who will be winning Top Model Trinidad and Tobago has big shoes to fill.
I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that.
Also coming will be Latifah Morris, who won Top Model Trinidad and Tobago in 2008. And last year, in fact, she won the Top Model of the World contest. And she'll be representing Trinidad and Tobago at the international contest in Egypt later on this year. So Latifah Morris will be joining our panel. And lastly, we have Sarah Jane Jones, who is our current winner and the last winner of Top Model Trinidad and Tobago. She's now based in Spain, Paris, Milan, and New York. And she'll be coming in for the contest on Friday as well. So we have a really prestigious panel of judges for Top Model Trinidad and Tobago and Miss Tobago 2024 beauty pageant.
You know, one thing, as you're going through the list of judges and you're going through the list of, most of the judges have participated in pageants and now they are out there in the world.
Indeed.
And they are meeting with some of the top designers and top brands, and they're representing these brands. And these are things that we see on television as little girls growing up. And now the opportunities here in Tobago for our girls to go out there and explore, you know, to participate and to get a feel of this type of experience.
Yes,
and you know, I want to say congratulations and thank you. And I know we spoke before in a previous interview, sometimes you speak about when you're going to the modeling career, sometimes it could be really risky business. And I also know that you provide a measure of support in terms of protecting our models and ensuring that they get the right treatment. Because, you know, we don't want the kind of extortion and this types of stuff. And I know you have that in place. So I'm not worried about that because you've mentioned it before and you've put yourself there and said, we do this.
And the parents want to hear that.
The parents also want to hear that, and I know you've done it. So I'm not even concerned much about that. I'm just so very happy that we look at these shows, we look at these things as young children coming up, even in schools now, and the fact that it is possible for us from this very small island, because you brought this here for us. I want to say thank you.
And our logo has always been Dare to Dream.
Right.
Because a lot of people from Trinidad and Tobago and the smaller islands in the Eastern Caribbean feel that because they come from a small island, they're not good enough to work in Paris, New York, London, and Milan. And we have proven them wrong.
That's right. And it could happen in any industry. It can happen in sports. It can happen in any industry at all. And I'm so happy that you brought it from the beauty aspect of it, that we can not just see, because people just think, oh, it's kind of like a vapid type of career, but it really does give you great opportunities.
And it's a stepping stone to amazing things, because look what Wendy has done.
That's right.
Look what Giselle Laurent has done.
That's right. They use the platform for addressing social issues, for assisting people in challenging areas. So this is something I really want to endorse it, and I want to say congratulations and thank you so much. You know, I'm excited. I've never felt this way about pageantry before, having this conversation with you. So I want to say congratulations to you and thank you to all the stakeholders who came on board to ensure.
Because we want to acknowledge Ricia Ali Lindo, who did a lot of work with the delegates in communication skills development and developing their ability to go on interviews and speak comfortably. So we started off with 15 delegates initially, and we're down to the top 9. And the top 9 who will be representing Speyside, Charlottesville, Mariah, Plymouth, Bon Accord, New Grange, Patience Hill, Mount Grace. And we're now going to talk about the designer. So each delegate was paired with a Tobago designer to do the evening gown, because a huge part of the pageant is the evening gown section.
That's right, yes.
And people come just to see the evening gowns.
Yes.
So for the evening gown section, we have 9 designers competing for the Designer Challenge, which is the best evening gown prize. And they are Vanilla Allen Toppin, who has come out of the woodwork,
right,
so to speak, and put back on her designer hat. Serena Stevens, a young designer, 15 years old, from Hammond Secondary School. She'll be doing a gown. Tamia Palmer, Sharon Phillips, who everybody knows in Tobago, is doing 2 gowns for the contest. Tyrone Kerr, a Tobagonian young man who is part of Kerr and Marcel design label in Trinidad. He's coming back to Tobago to do a gown. Gwendolyn Springer is doing a gown. And 2 of the delegates are designing their own gown.
Wow.
So it's very exciting. This designer gown challenge will be sponsored by Cocoa Velvet International. And at the end of the contest, we will have special prizes such as Miss Physique, Miss Intelligence, Best in Evening Wear, as well as Miss Physique, Miss Intelligence, Best in Evening Wear, Miss Photogenic, as well as the Most Improved Delegate, which will be sponsored by Gisela Ron West, Miss World 1986.
Awesome.
I also want to say, too, briefly, that this project came about because Cocoa Velvet is now established in Tobago. We have moved our head office from Woodbrook, and we are now bringing all our major projects to Tobago. And this is an opportunity for the Tobago House of Assembly to capitalize on what we call fashion and beauty event tourism. It's big business all around the world. So countries that have a fashion industry, as well as small islands, promote beauty and fashion event tourism, where people come for fashion shows, they come for beauty pageants to the island or to the city, and they fill up the hotel rooms.
That's right.
So it's an opportunity here for Tobago. So this weekend we have done a package which is called the Fashion and Beauty Package with 2 partner hotels, Comfort Inn and Suites, as well as Violas. So people coming from Trinidad can book for special rates at these hotels to attend the show on Sunday.
Awesome. So, of course,
tickets.
Yes.
We have to talk about tickets.
We have to talk about tickets.
Indeed.
Yes.
So we wanted to fill up the show park complex. And for that reason, we kept the ticket prices low. So it's just $30 general admission to come in. Where have you gone to a show and paid $30?
$30? Wow.
So the general admission tickets are $30, and there's a VIP ticket for $100. And those who want to attend the coronation after party can do a platinum VIP, which allows them entry into the after party. So the tickets are available at the Shaw Park box office, as well as Comfort Inn and Suites front desk, Ted Arthur Leather Collection at James Park in Scarborough, which is next to RBC Royal Bank, and Viola's Guest House in Lowlands. So remember, come and support these young people who are graduating from the Tobago Youth Creative Arts Workshop. Come and support your delegate who's representing you for Miss Tobago Beauty Pageant, and see history in the making. Well, one young Tobagonian model is going to win an international modeling contract.
Awesome. Thank you so much for providing these opportunities to our Tobago young people, our Tobago women, and of course the opportunity to partner. And also, so just to a further reach, it's not just about the fashion, there's so many things involved in it. I didn't even know that there were so many other arms to this, and I want to say congratulations and thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is happening this Sunday at the Shaw Park Complex, and the gates are open from 5 p.m. where the exhibition begins from 5 to 8, and the actual show begins at 7 p.m. with the graduation before we head on to the pageant. So all are invited. The tickets are as low as $30 for general admission, and then $100 there, and then $300 depending on if you want to go to the coronation after. All are welcomed, all are invited. Thank you so much for gracing us this morning and for giving us that information and for building awareness to the beauty industry, and for creating that platform here in Tobago. Thank you for all the stakeholders who have joined and are making this a possibility, as you said, dare to dream. And so we will continue dreaming and see our dreams become a reality. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we end the morning show on Tobago Updates Television, but our programming continues as we head on over to Tobago Notes and then GMT with Candice Jackson. So we ask that you stay with us, and while you stay with us, of course, we invite you to share the live. Bye for now.
distribution of grants is not the only responsibility of the Realization for Economic Achievement REACH program. Recently, the unit provided business training for over 30 REACH recipients and potential business owners in celebration of the United Nations Micro, Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises Day, entitled Improving Micro Enterprises Resilience.
We want your business to be successful no matter what type of business it is, no matter what products or services you offer. We want after a few years, some of you move on from micro to small to medium to large and international. Yes, I said international.
Learning about taxes, how to do taxes, accounting, you name it. And then the Netco here actually elaborated on a lot of those and the assistance that you could get from Netco training programs and so on.
I always wanted to attend something like this because there's a lot of things about small businesses we as small business owners do not know or would like more information, and this training is very, very helpful because a lot of things that was said that I did not even know, like your BIR and the help you can get from other enterprise where your business is concerned.
With REACH doing these type of programs now, it actually helping individual to have a good start in the beginning, right? So I think it's something that they could continue doing, and it's extremely helpful.
Business is dynamic. It's awesome. And I'm not speaking to you as the Secretary for Health alone. I'm speaking to you as somebody who has been in the business world. And I'm going to go back to my opening statement. If you want to be successful, you must realize your business is a living, breathing organism that needs your love and attention.
This business education course took place over 2 days at the Shore Park complex.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
On Tobago Updates, and I want to thank you for joining us this morning. And before we get started, let's get into our news in 90 seconds. The regional ferry service involving Guyana, Barbados, and Trinidad and Tobago is expected to commence operations in the next 3 months, according to President of Guyana, Mohamed Irfan Ali. The announcement was made during his address at the opening ceremony of the 12th annual IDB consultation with Caribbean governors in Georgetown, Guyana. President Ali highlighted added that the ferry will facilitate the movement of containers and passengers, potentially boosting trade relations and supporting food security efforts. Additionally, the initiative aims to involve the regional private sector in similar projects to enhance the supply chain and logistics arena. President Ali emphasized that this collaboration signifies the commitment of the three countries to address shared interests to improve connectivity in the region. And the TRHA blood drive is on with the theme Donate Blood to Save Lives. The Tobago Regional Health Authority welcomes all current and future donors to join them for their initial drive of 2024. The event is scheduled to occur at the authority's head office on Montessori Drive, Glen Road, Scarborough on Wednesday, February 28, 2024. And finally, the Environmental Management Authority warns that the air quality index at its San Fernando monitoring station reached an unhealthy level due to the Sahara dust. In Arima, Mayaro, Point Lisas, and Port of Spain, air quality is also deemed unhealthy, with air quality index readings ranging from 111 to 159. Individuals, particularly those with heart or lung disease, respiratory ailments, and allergies, are strongly advised to avoid prolonged or heavy exertion because they may face severe health effects. And that was the news in 90 seconds. And of course, viewers, well, I'm Candice Jackson, and we are going to get into our conversation this morning. You know, one of the things that's been on the minds of many people here in Tobago is that of our crime situation and what is being done about it, particularly what's being done at the THA level. Now, first of all, at the THA level, there's little that can be done because the law, the THA Act, does not give authority to the THA to have its own security services and that sort of thing. So it is completely dependent on the central government to execute those matters of national security. And of course, that has been some concern here in Tobago. And over the years, Tobago has tried to get that changed. I know that under the London-led administration in the early 2000s, there was a bill proposed to Parliament to allow Tobago to have its own police force. Well, of course, that bill never really got to Parliament. It went to the Cabinet, it never got to Parliament, and that's where we've been since. But there is another attempt now to sort of establish some sort of security force here in Tobago because it is a major concern right now. And to tell us a little bit about that, we are being joined by the Chief Technical Advisor at the Division of Finance, Trade and the Economy, Mr. Anselm Richards. So good morning and welcome to you, Mr. Richards.
Good morning, Candice. Good morning, Tobago. Good morning, world. Thanks for having me, wherever I need you are.
Certainly. So this morning we are talking about a Department of Public Safety for Tobago. Now, first of all, what is the idea behind this Department of Public Safety?
Okay, so the Department of Public Safety has its genesis in the fact that the government the government at any level, their primary role and function is the protection of life, liberty, and the enjoyment of property of the citizenry over which they exercise jurisdiction. What has happened in Tobago, and because of the legal and constitutional construct, the THA has not been legally assigned that responsibility. If you look across the world, you will see at different tiers of government or different levels of government, there's a security component. Even in our own country, at the city level, you have the city police, you have the borough police. If you go to the United States, at the county levels, at the state level, and at the federal level, there's a security component, which is really there to carry out that core function and responsibility of government. In the THA case and in the construct of this Twin Island Republic, that is missing from the THA space. So this initiative to establish a Department of Public Safety and Risk Analysis is really not a new invention. It is just something that was not being observed by Trinidad and Tobago in the context of Tobago and the context of the THA. So this administration has taken an express policy position to establish a Department of Public Safety that will treat with some of the core public safety issues that are affecting the people of Tobago. It is not intended in any way and by policy to replace or displace the national police. It is a complementary and supporting initiative that will give us a wider net in terms of our security efforts to secure the citizens and residents of this island and visitors to this island. So that unit is intended to amalgamate all the entities and agencies of the THA that has a public safety function or responsibility. So we are looking at one. We know the old THA efforts to establish the THA police.
Yes.
So we are going to establish that. That can be established without any request or any requirement for a new legislation. There is the Supplemental Police Act, and we are going to use that legislation for the THA to set up its security services style or call the THA police. We have done the research already, the legal research of all the legal parameters, and the response or the findings are very positive. We are going to establish under that department the litter warden section, traffic warden section. We are going to bring under that department TEMA. We are going to bring the forest rangers, the lifeguards, and the reef rangers, and any other agencies within the public space, also to the public health department, because there's a serious function in Tobago for that department to deal with food safety in the Tobago space and what is happening in our space. And that unit will be treating collectively with all those issues that speaks to public safety. Remember, we are not talking security per se, right? When we talk security, we're talking about public safety is a broader domain than security. So when we talk, we are more specific, focusing on those lower level, lighter thing, criminality and that kind of thing, and murders will remain the domain of the national police. But the THA has a role and a function to protect the assets of the island in terms of our public safety responsibility for the persons who are working for the THA, the assets of the THA, the visitors to the island. And that's a core function and responsibility of government anywhere in the world.
So legislatively, how will this work? Because, we can create these policies, but unless there is the law supporting these policies, it's just a policy.
Right. So the beauty here, there are legislation already in place that gives the THA the ability to establish that. As I said, the Supplemental Police Bill gives the THA the authority to set up a security services style, the THA police, just like the port police, the airport police, the city police, the borough police. They are all functioning under the Supplemental Police Bill. So the law is there already. It is just for the THA to activate the administrative processes to have that established. We have had conversation before under the last regime when Mr. London was the Chief Secretary with the State Parliamentary Council and the Chief Parliamentary Council. And that is an easy thing. It's just that you do the application, the President will issue the warrant or the order, and we have the supplemental police established under the THA.
So in other words, we don't need permission from the Parliament to do this public safety initiative?
No. There's no requirement for no parliamentary approval. Okay. There's absolutely no requirement for any parliamentary approval. And that's why I said before that we would have done the research, checking all the legal remits, and the pathway is clear for this department to be established. So this is a go. We are moving into the next phase. We are setting out the parameters for implementation. And I think that we are moving to have this thing up and running probably before the start of fiscal 2025.
Give us an idea of how, this would help to contribute to a safer Tobago.
Right. So this will help to contribute in many ways. So you will have the deployment of the THA police. So in core and key areas of Tobago, the THA police, because the Tobago is the THA estate, for want of a better word. Just like the port property there is the estate of the Port Authority, so then the Port Authority police has jurisdiction to ensure public safety and security on that estate under the Supplemental Police Bill. In the context of Tobago, the island of Tobago by law is the jurisdiction of the THA. So anywhere in Tobago that requires the presence of security and public safety officers, the THA has by law the right and entitlement to deploy its officers in those areas. So that you can see how that will work and create a safer environment for all of us, right? The issue of littering is a public function, public safety issue. It speaks to our health and the cleanliness of our island. We can deploy the litter wardens there. The Act provides for the THA to have litter wardens. We have spoken already. The Act provides, the Traffic Warden Act provides for the island to have its own deployment of traffic wardens. So those things are in law already. It's just for the administrative processes to be done so that the THA can have those functionalities active in the Tobago space.
So when this is established, what's the amount of force are we talking about in terms of, what portion, what number of officers would be, or I don't know, what number of persons would function in the role as a litter warden, traffic warden, reef police, that sort of thing?
Right. So we are doing what we call the public safety assessment, and that will inform in terms of the different categories of issues that fall under the public safety matrix. That will inform the requirement, the response that is needed. However, the intention of the THA is to grow this institution or this department incrementally over time. Okay. We're not going to come in with a big bang, and when it starts, you will see 2,200 police officers, THA police officers all over the place. That will be grossly chaotic to manage. So we are going to do the public safety assessment or risk assessment, and we are going to grow the growth of this department to the level it ought to be incrementally over time, because remember, we'll have to accumulate the assets to give them the functionality that is required in this space, the training issues, remuneration, and all those things are very, very calculating decision that has to be made. But the important thing is that this administration have established a public position on this matter and is moving forward, because there's a need for it in this space. There's certainly a need, because we can see the gaps in our security reality now. We have seen the emergence of a crime trend that is very discomforting to all of us. At this point in our time in 2024, we have 4 murders recorded already. We have seen the ugly face of gun violence on the island, and I'm saying that with safety officers around the island, there will be a level of deterrent for these activities to take place.
What sort of budget are we talking about in terms of the initial step to establish it?
Right. So the beauty with this is that the THA have been expending significant sum on acquiring security services from the private security. If you go across the THA division, you will see security officers there. So that alone speaks to the need for a department like this within the THA. However, we are not intended to disrupt the public enterprise in this regard. So, and that's why I'm saying we are going to do the public safety risk analysis, and then we are going to do the calculation, because we don't want to displace in any significant way. Although this unit will create opportunities for some of those officers who are working with the private security to transition or migrate over into the THA employ, which will create some stable, predictable jobs with probably better pay, income, and all of that. We don't want to displace or disrupt private enterprise. So it's a very delicate balance that we need to strike where this is concerned. And therefore, we are going to do the calculation, and we are going to ensure that we get the best return on our investment. The THA, and I have the figures here, but it will probably take me some time. we have been spending significant sum on the acquiring of security services over the years. I think we have spent in the last 5 years over $70 million in acquiring security services. So the funding is there already for this unit. In other words, if you can put it that, because we can just transfer these funds that we are paying to private security to fund this to some level and still acquire some services from the private enterprises to fill the gap. Instead of going the 100%, we may say, well, okay, because of our security needs, we are going to provide 50 or 60%, and we are going to contract the next 40 from private enterprise. Those are the kinds of mathematical calculation that we need to do. And I can use a live example to bring this home. At the Division of Finance, we have a mixture there, because there are some THA public servant security officers. You can see them there in the khaki uniform when you come in.
Yes.
Right? And then we mix that with the private security services to give us the complement of security that we need at the Division of Finance. That is the kind of model that we are going to use when this unit is effective and operationalized.
And then when it comes to the conversations with the various arms of national security, I'm talking here, of course, the police, the Coast Guard, and that sort of thing. What's the conversation like as you all are going forth in establishing this public safety department?
Well, right. So that's a very important question. And what is good here is that the Chief Secretary has been holding this conversation with all the arms of national security in the island, which he dubs his own Island Security Council, National Security Council, right? It's not a new initiative. It's something that Mr. London has been doing over the years. He has been having heads of section. When I was at the THA, I attend those meetings with Mr. London, and I do attend them with this Chief Secretary. So that's a standing operation policy. So there's that collaboration effort already, and the relationship relationships are being built. The THA will roll out and set up the parameters of its operation to these agencies, and then we'll have the whole coming together, and then you will have the security, the island security net being weaved out of those conversations. So where the THA police, the private security connects with the national police, then you can see the security blanket being built out to provide the kind of security and safety that we are desperately yearning for in Tobago at this particular point in our history.
And let's just say, let's say the police or just that one force per se, are they in favor of this initiative?
Well, I think the police is going to welcome any assistance that they can receive in any form or fashion once it is legally and properly constituted. And I think key to this that will answer this question is the level of training and capacity building that will inform the operational capabilities of the officers who are working under the THA security services. I think the intention of this administration is really to establish not just take somebody off the street and put them in a uniform and call them a THA police. I think the training protocol will be one that will bring them in terms of the operations, the operational capabilities and capacity, probably at par with the national police in terms of their investigative skills and so forth. Because you see, whether we like it or not, the Tobago and Tobago House of Assembly and Tobagonians have to prepare to take responsibility for their own safety and security. And therefore, if we are setting up a unit like that, the level of preparation and the level of institutional building and capabilities has to be at that level. So we have to make the investment. This is an investment in the future security of Tobago and Tobagonians, and therefore we have to understand the importance of a function like this for the Tobago House of Assembly and make the necessary investment and required investment in the training, the acquisition of technology, the exposure of the officers, building the institutional relationship across the security ecosystem, and therefore this is something that must be well thought out, well invested in, and the conversation is really the glue of efficiency across the agencies.
And give me a little bit of an idea of what it would take in terms of equipment, in terms of training and that sort of thing.
Right. So one of the things we are looking at is what is the minimum level of training and the type of training that these officers are to be exposed to. So one, we want them to understand the whole issue of the traffic laws, especially those persons who are working in our traffic warden department. So what are the traffic laws, the regulation, and their authority within that, right? What are the things that they have to do should they make a case and they have to go to the court so they can give the kind of evidence to secure the conviction, because we don't want to engage or in an activity that brings lawsuit to the THA when their officers, exercise their authority under the law to apprehend someone. In the case of the police, a similar thing, criminal investigation, the different type of offenses, what are the ingredients or the characteristics or the activity that constitute the offense that might have been committed in their view. What is the authority under law to apprehend, or whether they have to take the notes and report this to the national police. So they will understand their jurisdiction within the space and within the context of the law. And therefore, so we give them the training. They will have to have fire, and in terms of the police, the use of firearm, the protocols for the use of firearm, because they will be holders of most likely fire employees certificate to use the firearm. So we have to do the firearm training protocols to ensure that they understand how to properly manage and use the firearm, and they also will be training when they will be required, and on what occasion can they really discharge a firearm, and in what circumstances, right? The collection of evidence, the preservation of crime scenes. So it's the acquisition of technology will be like, what kind of surveillance technology we probably need to deploy in the Tobago space. Are we going to build out a CCTV network in Tobago? Because that is.
And then who is going to monitor that?
Well, then we'll have a CCTV unit that will look at that, and then alongside that, if you understand how that works, you have to have a forensic department in the CCTV setup that speaks to how you extract the footage for court purposes. I don't think we have done that sufficiently at the national level, but my experience attending international conferences speaks to that requirement, that it has to be just like how we have a forensic lab that looks at the drugs and so forth to ascertain that they are in fact marijuana or cocaine, or the white substance that was found is in fact cocaine. There's a requirement now with the CCTV infrastructure for a forensic unit to pull these are persons who are trained and certified. So when they pull the footage for a crime scene and they go to the court, their evidence on that is classified as professional evidence. Right, and it is not challenged. So, like you and I might take a picture here and we see it here and thing, but we are not professionally trained to put those videos together in a forensic manner, and therefore all that will be part of the training to ensure that we cover all the legal parameters and all the legal requirements, so that when our officers under this department act, they act within the law, they act within the jurisdiction of their authority, and the THE and the public is protected from any litigation that may come from their action. Although you will always find opportunities for people to challenge the system, but once we operate within the confines of the law, then there's nothing for you to really defend per se, because the law protects you.
All right. Well, I want to thank you so much, Mr. Richards, for being here and to give us an insight into the establishment of this public safety department. And I know a lot of people are looking on and they're looking to see something substantial to assist with the safety in Tobago.
Well, that's the mandate. I think this is one of the pet piece or the poster piece of the Chief Secretary. He really wants to see this take place.
Yes.
And I think this is one of his big legacy items that he wants to leave for the people of Tobago as Chief Secretary. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
And
of course, this is something that we at Tobago Updates will continue to follow as it develops. Well, viewers, we're going to go for a quick break, but we'll be right back right after this.
The energy fill the skies.
Inner Health, number 13B, Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago, with over 25 years experience, offering services in and not limited to microscopic blood analysis, reflexology, and the sale of a wide range of organic herbal products used to supplement thyroid, lymphatic, heart, kidney, and brain health, and the male and female reproductive systems. Come and chat with us. Remember, your health is your wealth.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can't beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
Yo everyone, it's your boy Harry from Authentic Builders General Hardware, located right here in Strawberry Local Road, Tobago. That's correct, right here in Tobago. And we are offering you guys the best prices on all hardware material. And if you would like to get your free quotation done, all you have to do is WhatsApp us at 272-1990 and we will give you guys the best prices on all hardware material. That is a guarantee, as we are matching or beating any quotations.
Now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Your destiny. The best way to predict it is to create it. Do you see yourself exploring exotic destinations or spending quality time with family? However you see yourself, create your own retirement destiny with Tata Life's Destiny Personal Savings Booster. Choose from one of 3 investment options with guaranteed minimum investment returns to secure a monthly retirement income for life, with the option to choose your retirement age. So what's your retirement destiny? Call 62TATIL or visit tatil.co.tt to learn more today. Conditions apply. Tatil Life, a member of the Ansa Makal Group.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates. Viewers, we are switching our conversation now to something very important that we need to do. Perhaps our citizenry duty, maybe? But I mean, of course, the professionals will tell me a little bit more. But we're talking about donated blood and the importance of donating blood. And we are being joined this morning by registered and certified nurse for the blood bank at the TRHA, Miss Gabrielle Phillips-John, as well as Dr. Ria Marcano, general practitioner at TRHA. So good morning and welcome to you both.
Good morning, Ms. Jackson. Good morning, viewers. Good morning.
All right, so donating blood saves lives. Tell me a bit about, why we need to be donating blood on a very regular basis.
All right, so good morning, everyone. It's important to donate blood. The reason why is blood saves lives. And unfortunately, our reserves are not very high. The World Health Organization recommends that we have at least 70,000 units per year. Presently, Trinidad and Tobago is only doing 20,000 units.
Wow.
Right? And there are plenty of persons in our society who need blood for life-saving measures, surgeries. We previously had a system where you would come in, donate for a family member, and that person would get the unit. But that does not build our reserves. So the initiative we're trying to push is to build the reserves that we have so that blood can be accessible to everybody.
And you see, so a lot of people think that, you donate blood once and that's it. But the blood actually has a shelf life.
Right.
Yes, it does. It is viable for 32 days after donation in the fridge. So that's why we encourage donors to donate. Females can donate every 4 months and males can donate every 3 months. So it will maintain the reserve.
And why is that?
Because we constantly use blood and we always need blood in the blood bank. So that's why we encourage donors to donate.
And also in terms of, the frequency that males and females can donate blood, what's the science behind that?
Well, you need time to build back the blood cells. So that's why you encourage that time. Well, females would have a longer time because the females every month, you have your cycle. Male don't have. So that's why the males can donate more often than the females. Yeah.
And what's the state of the blood bank right now in Tobago?
Well, we are not at a good place in terms of blood collection. So this is why we are having the drive now, which would be on a monthly basis to encourage donors to come out and donate. Yeah.
So what we're actually looking to do is have a base of at least 20,000 volunteer donors. And that now means that we have a person who can donate blood at least 2 to 3 times a year, which gets us up to our 70,000 units for the entire year, which is the recommendation. Having voluntary donors also means that when the blood needs to be turned over, that we know we have people scheduled to come in to replace the units that we no longer can use or that were utilized. So that's why we initiating the drives to make sure and build our voluntary bases.
Now, who can donate blood?
Anyone can donate blood once you are between the ages of 17 with parental consent, and there's no upper limit. So you can donate blood at any age once you are healthy. When you come in for a screen, we can determine that because we have nurses and doctors will be at the blood bank to screen you, and then we'll know if you are eligible or not. So anyone can donate.
Additionally to that, online on the Ministry of Health website, you can actually go and do a pre-screening. So it will let you know if you are eligible to donate. So you don't need to come into us to find out if you can donate. You can actually do this from the comfort of your home, sitting down on your laptop, looking at television. You could just type in your information, answer a couple of questions, and it will guide you as to whether or not you're eligible to donate blood.
Now, when you're thinking about donating blood, you think about needles. And I know needles is something that a lot of people are afraid of. Me for one. So, in full disclosure. But, walk us through that whole process and walk us through, how do you handle people that may be a bit apprehensive about those long needles and, tell us how easy the process is, that sort of thing.
Okay, so when you come to the blood bank, you can either walk in or you can make an interview, as Doc say, online. And you would be interviewed. There's an interview before you'll be interviewed, and we have a pre-screening where we do your vitals, blood pressure, temperature, weight, height. Once you pass the questionnaire, of course, you'll have to sign your consent form, giving permission. You'll be taken into the unit where you'll be made very comfortable on the bed/recliner. The area is sterile. And we'll be collected. It doesn't take long, like 4 to 7 minutes on bleeding. Yes, the needle is very big. It has to be big to enhance flow of the blood, or else we'll be there all day. However, the nurses at the blood bank, TRHA, are very efficient, and we are good at making people comfortable. So, yeah, no fear. Just come on down.
I mean, and I can vouch, yeah, because like I said, I'm somebody with very small veins and stuff like that. And I mean, and let's talk about that too, because yes, so somebody like me who has these very tiny veins that are sometimes very difficult to find.
Yeah.
How easy it is for you all to find it, as opposed to,
It's easy because we are professionals at this. We have been doing this for many years. People just always come in the first thing because they're afraid. This, I have very small veins. And you just look at the patient on assessment. Okay, those veins are lovely for us. Yes.
Listen,
so, yeah.
I've never been able to understand this philosophy about what is good veins.
Well, they are. Once we can feel it, once we can see it, they are good enough for us. Yeah.
But I really do like the way how you describe it, lovely veins.
Yes, lovely veins.
Yeah, and I mean, so what's been also some of the experiences that you've had with people that have come out to donate blood, people that might have been a little apprehensive at first?
Well, they would sit in the waiting room, and first of all, 5 minutes is too long for them. So, we have to try to rush the process. When they get into the unit and you explain to them what the process is like, they go through, it's like, well, this is what I was behaving so for. So you just, just going through education, teaching is very important when it comes to blood donation. So after the patients, they become comfortable and they're willing to donate. Some even come back. They came to donate for someone, and they become voluntary donors. Voluntary, VNRBD, voluntary non-remunerated blood donors, meaning they donate for everyone and anyone. There's no name to it. It's just they come to save lives.
And out of, males and females, who donates more?
Males. Males do donate more. Yeah, on a monthly basis, you'll get more males than females.
Even though they sometimes are a bit more afraid of needles than women.
Yes. The men are really afraid of needles and blood, but they do come out to donate. Yeah.
And then after, if a fella comes in and, he's like, not liking those long needles and stuff like that, what's usually their reaction afterwards?
Some are very ashamed after they complete the process, knowing that they were afraid of this small needle. Yes, it's a small needle. That's what they say. This is a small needle. This is how I was behaving. So they become very comfortable after, they went through the shame process. Yeah.
Now, is there anything else that the public needs to know about donating blood? Just things that they need to be aware before they come into the clinic?
Yes. So before anyone comes to donate blood, you must have a meal. You must hydrate. So on the 28th, which is Wednesday, at number 5 Montessori Drive in Glen Road, the TRH will be having a blood drive, and we encourage persons to hydrate before. So starting today, tomorrow, you could have lots of water, juices, tea, no alcohol. You must have a form of ID, walk with a form of ID, and you must be well rested. And then we'll take it from there. Some persons, if you wish, you could go and make an appointment online on the Ministry of Health. So when you come, we know, we also accept the walk-in, but when we come, we know that you're already set for a date.
Right.
Yeah.
And then can you go back to work afterwards?
Yes, you can. You can function normal. We encourage the donors to listen to the post-op care. So after you can work. Some persons, we don't allow them to go back to work because you have to avoid strenuous activities, exercises, cardio exercises, lifting of heavy objects. So, yeah.
And it's usually just for that day?
Just for that. Just 24 hours. 24 hours, yeah.
All right. Is there anything else that we left out? Dr.
Macano?
Yes.
No, we didn't leave out anything, but there's a couple things I'd like to mention. When you come in to donate blood, we usually would screen you. So that screening process will look at diseases that can transmit from one person to another. And it works in double benefit. You get a free screening, yeah? And it also ensures that the blood that we give to society is safe. So I think that's a very important point because a lot of persons are concerned whether they can contract these diseases or not from blood.
Another thing, the public would always make excuses that, I'm diabetic or I'm hypertensive, but diabetics and hypertensive can donate. So that is why we have the pre-screening, and, some medications won't allow you to donate, but you just come into the blood bank and we will sort it all out so you will know if you are able to give or not.
And what about people who might use, let's say, herbs?
Herbs, no problem. You come on down. People also who have tattoos. So people always say, I have a tattoo and I can't donate. Yes, you can donate with a tattoo, but it depends on the time frame. So it doesn't hinder you from donating blood.
All right. Yeah. So there you have it, folks. Come on down, because of course it's more than just doing civic duties, making sure that we can save lives there at the hospital.
Yes, because one unit saves 3 lives. 1 unit. So your unit can save 3 persons' lives. So we are encouraging donors, please come down to the blood drive on Wednesday, beginning at 8:30. We are there from 8:30 to 3 o'clock.
Yes. All right. So folks, there you have the information. Get out there and donate some blood. It's really not as scary as it seems. And the great thing is that we have some wonderful nurses that will be there and would help you through the process. And I'm saying this from experience. So, and my experience was documented live. I'm not too sure how that was organized or how you all got me to do that, but yes, so it's actually a lot easier than it sounds, and it's less scarier.
Yes, but right.
I know.
It's a quick process from interview to bleeding. More the interview would take some time, but bleeding, getting the unit where we collect the 500 mils of blood, 1 bag, it's between 4 to 7 minutes. Yeah?
All right. Okay, sorry.
One last comment. She mentioned that a unit is about 500 mils of blood. It only takes you a couple hours to gain back that 500 mils that you've given to us. And for persons who Doc, you're taking all my blood. No, you have about 5,000 mils inside of there, so you'll be fine, right? So just encourage people that it's not as scary as you think it is. It isn't detrimental, and it's something that is life-saving. So come out and support.
Yes.
All right, great. And thank you both for being on with us.
You're welcome.
And viewers, go out and donate some blood. We'll see you right after this break.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Hello everyone, it's your boy Harry here from Authentic Car Clinic, located right here in Tobago at Tobago Local Road. You can WhatsApp us or call us at 366-4173.
Hey, hello guys, welcome. Come have a seat. Oh, this is so stylish and I love the fabric. Darlings, you must tell us where you got your new furnishings.
We got them locally at Standard. They've got new chic European furniture, crafted from high quality material.
Oh, Standard?
No, it's Standard, their brand new Hive collection.
Experience luxurious European furniture at a price you will love. The Hive Collection, now exclusively available at Standard.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice car get damaged bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. Don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry. If your house get flooded out real bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates, viewers. Now we are moving on to another issue within our space, and of course that has to do with alcohol and drug abuse prevention. So we are going to be chatting this morning with Mr. Selwyn Bajan, and he is the Senior Corporate Trainer and Chairman of the National Alcohol and Drug Abuse Prevention Program, the NADAPP, and of course we are also talking about a leadership and management one-day workshop that is coming up pretty soon. So a special good morning and welcome to you, Mr. Bajan.
Hi, good morning. Good morning.
Great. And now, first of all, for those viewers that may not be aware, what is the NADAPP?
Well, I'm no longer the head of that. I was the head of the chairman of NADAP, that is National Alcohol and Drug Prevention Program. But I'm involved in many other social outreach now, particularly the training of leaders and managers for community groups. So I've moved on, just being with NADAP now. I'm working with building and empowering in community groups.
All right. So then give us an idea of what is to be expected at this leadership and management one-day workshop.
Okay, so on two levels, virtual and in person, people can attend it physically or virtually. Now, I was, prior to retirement, the corporate human resources manager of the largest state corporation in the Caribbean, 12,000 employees. So I had the privilege to work to build human resources, particularly on the leadership management level, at the largest state corporation. So now I'm giving back. I'm retired from corporate, but I want to be active and I want to empower people with knowledge that can make them more effective in their workplace and communities. Selected leadership as the area to work with. Everybody can lead and manage according to the area presently in. Whether the CEO or the security guard, leadership and management is crucial. You know how to organize, how to execute projects, how to engage other people, how to build teams around you, even if you're in a community working with a football or cricket team or something like that. So this knowledge is being refined all the time. So I'm also trained at Harvard Medical Style Medicine and mind-body medicine and so on, and management principles. I'm also trained in executive leadership, both at UE and India, in Europe. I've done a lot of training and traveling. And I just want to pass on to people. It's important that people get with this, they're empowered so that they can make a better knowledge that is evolving all the time. So I'm a student, even at my age. New knowledge out. For example, there's a brilliant new one that comes out. What is longevity living for leaders? How do you long, healthy, and happy and still be effective leaders? Because there's a tendency for leaders to burn out or to get stressed or to feel, overwhelmed. So this new research from Harvard Medical School, which I studied and now share with others, how to ensure longevity even as a leader, so you're enjoying to live long. So just a few days ago, I met or engaged with a man who's 105 years old. He's living. He still goes to this from time to time. So apart from, this is a big difference with our program. Apart from learning the skills of building teams, the skills of strategic planning, the skills of project management, the skills of conducting meetings, very important, and of presenting yourself, how to live long, healthy, and happy as a person. So that's the sort of material that we'll be teaching. It's on Sunday, and we are inviting people from Tobago and Trinidad. In Tobago, you can go to, we have a center at Scarborough, and in Trinidad, we're in Couva, but we'll be doing it through virtual.
Now, how can people who are interested get connected? How can they be a part of it? And what's the cost? Any of those things that are involved in being able to be part of this workshop?
Okay, so the people can contact me at 2689431, or they can go on Facebook and see on Facebook there is actually a form. You will see it under Leadership and Management, Advanced Human Resources Associates. So you could go on Facebook, you have it there on your screen, or you can call me at 2689431. The cost is $275, and it's 9 a.m. 3 p.m. So it's a cost as well as our activities. This is making guests taking for us. We just need to cover all our expenses. So if people are having a problem with the cost, we can talk to them individually and make some adjustments. But the cost from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. is 275 TTD. So you see that the location is in downtown Scarborough, and then virtually with us on Zoom.
Great. Well, I want to thank you so much, Mr. Pageant, for being on with us. And we certainly appreciate you opening this up and sharing the knowledge for this very, very important issue, because we know there's a lot of NGOs, a lot of people that are working to help those people that are struggling with alcohol and drug abuse. So certainly workshops like this are really helpful to pass on that information that will help them be better at what they do.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, great, thanks. Now, viewers, that's how we're going to have to end our program this morning. I want to thank you so much for being on with us and for listening this morning, and hope you have a safe and wonderful day, and we will see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Let's go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks a favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power, we are people in the sun. We are beaches, we are rivers, we are melanated.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago. Broadcast